Welcome, everybody. Welcome to what is surely our largest MyCity Academy graduation in history. And we're so glad that all of you could be here to celebrate the graduating class MyCity Academy 2015. We've got lots of great speakers on our agenda today, so I'm going to go ahead and get started right away. And we've got something so special for you all. We have Nashville's first ever Youth Poet Laureate, Lagnajita Mukhopadhyay, is here and has written an original poem for the occasion. So before we have Lagnajita read her poem, I want to just take a second and tell you all about her. So she was born in India and raised in Nashville. She's a poet, singer, and a songwriter. And her job really, the reason that she was selected as the Youth Poet Laureate, the purpose of the Youth Poet Laureate is to give a voice to young people in Nashville. She's been wired in the arts from a very young age. She picked up the guitar at age 7, and from then on, she committed to pursuing her music by learning the fiddle, the piano, the ukulele, and the mandarin. She's a senior at Hume Fogg Academic Magnet, and she has a list of academic honors that match her many artistic achievements. We're so thrilled to have her with us today, so without further ado, here is an original poem called 10 Old Ideas for New Americans by Nashville's Youth Poet Laureate.
I know, I'm short, it's fine. Hi guys, I'm Lagnajita, and I just wanted to say congratulations on your graduation, first of all. Being an immigrant myself, I definitely understand the challenges and the excitement that comes with becoming a new American. So I decided to write this piece for relating my experiences to the experiences of anyone who is new here. So this is 10 old ideas for new Americans. 1, we were all new at some point. You are modern-day explorers with holes in your shoes from long days running up Mount Everest. Though the finish line is never in sight, there is a victory in each footprint in the mountain. 2, when you climb the steps up to your one-bedroom apartment on White Bridge Road, look out for cigarette butts. Remember which way to turn the key to unlock your home. And picture the beach out your window instead of a sea of cars. 3, there will be waves meant to keep you from sailing dreams. All the more reason to learn how to swim. People are the life preservers thrown out in the midst of your mind's thunderstorm. 4, everyone knows that you can't see the stars through the sunshine, but they are always there. Sometimes you have to look hard enough. Squint to see the letters at the front of the classroom. 5, learn from the lives around you. Know the whole fast food menu, but get French fries every time, because people say they're the best. Keep a journal and write each new thing down, making a list of what you have found. 6, you will get lost in the woods, and every tree and trail might look the same, but you must teach yourself the way. Let the firefly thoughts lead you through the dark when the snakes come out to prey. 7, there is a difference between a copperhead and a milk snake. One can kill you, the other only makes you feel scared. Know the difference, and the fear will vanish like bears in the winter. 8, it will get cold sometimes, but there's nothing that can't be fixed with queen bed blankets and old t-shirts that you stuff at the bottom of the door. Be together, close, and don't let the candles burning at night. 9, flames can destroy forests and memories in an instant. but they can also create a bowl of hot chicken soup when you're sick in bed. 10. We are all a little diseased with ignorance and cynicism, but bruised knees and paper cuts heal. You've made it, so don't forget to rip off your Band-Aids. Thank you.
Well, that was pretty special. Thank you so much, Lagnajita. All right, so we are slated now to hear from one of our mayoral candidates. And unless I've missed him, he's not yet here. And we know that this is a very busy campaign season. So I'm going to see if we can give him a couple more minutes and ask Luis if maybe, Luis, you would go next. So, as you all know, I'm going to talk about you first, Luis. So MyCity Academy runs on goodwill and the power of volunteers and the wonderful folks from Metro departments who donate their time so helpfully to teach our classes, but we also need some money. And all of that money to run our program comes from Fifth Third Bank. We couldn't do it without them, and I'm so glad that Luis Parody, who is the Vice President of Community and Economic Development for Fifth Third Bank, is here, and I want to now invite him to say a few words.
Thank you so much, Shanna. Like Shanna said, I'm with Fifth Third Bank in the Community and Economic Development Department. And as you can hear from my accent, you know, I'm also an immigrant, and I'm a proud resident of the city of Nashville. We have great leadership in the city, and that's the reason why me and my family are here and thriving, making a living, and just enjoying the diversity that this great city has to offer. Working in the Community and Economic Development Department gives me the opportunity to analyze a lot of information. And one of the facts that it brings me my attention is the fact that 1 out of 6 Nashvillians was born outside of the U.S. But not only that, but also the economic impact that we all bring to the city. And one of the things that brought my attention is the fact that 11,000 immigrants became business owners between 2006 and 2010, generating approximately $851 million in total business income. And another fact, which is a nationwide fact, is that 40% of Fortune 500 companies were founded by either immigrants or their children. So that shows the economic impact that we all bring to this great community. So I really want to thank Mayor Dean and also Shanna for this great opportunity to educate us to how to become better citizens of the city of Nashville. This is not the first. We've been sponsoring this before. We hope to continue supporting this great cause, which brings a lot of great opportunities to banks, to the city, to many organizations. I thank you for your leadership, for going through this training program and for investing this time. I'm sure this is going to be very helpful, not only for you, but for the community that you are trying to serve. Thank you so much.
Okay, so we were talking about mayoral candidates, and Megan Barry had a previously scheduled engagement, but she did send a representative from her campaign to come and talk a little bit about how she sees the future of new American empowerment in Nashville. So I wanted to invite him up. He's somebody many of you know well, Mohammed Shukri Hassan.
Yeah, thank you, Shauna. And I just wanted to first start, before I started speaking on behalf of Megan, congratulations. I was one of the first inaugural when MyCity Academy started, and I saw Ana Escobar back there. So it's really been an enriching program for me personally, and kind of, put me where I am today here. And this says a lot about our city, that I'm here today speaking on behalf of a potential mayoral campaign, someone who might be our next mayor in a few weeks here. So when I was requested 2 days ago to do this, I was a little bit taken back, but then again, why not? So I'll be saying a few things on behalf of Megan. Megan is actually a really long-time friend to New American. She was a leader on the council, actually opposing the bad English only that kind of put our city in this trajectory that made us a leader in immigrant integration. Megan has worked with Mayor Carl Dean to make Nashville more welcoming for New Americans, and I remember vividly that when the mayor signed that executive order establishing the Mayor's Office of New American, she was there that morning. Megan understands that making Nashville a more welcoming city is not simply the job of the government, but is the job of everybody, because we are a city of neighbors. And Nashville has really done that, because I live in southeast Nashville, and I see that every day in Tusculum Hills, in Woodbine, and other parts of our city. So she's willing to bring all the business leaders, the nonprofit, every part, and be a leader in terms of welcoming, not only welcoming new Americans, but doing more things. One thing that she specifically told me is that she's willing to work with nonprofit like Connections, that nice other great nonprofits in our city that helps immigrants to cut through the red tapes that help immigrants embark on entrepreneurial endeavors. Megan understands that making Nashville more welcoming is not only enough, but it's actually a responsibility for every Nashvilleian, especially as the next mayor, that she will really keep that as her priority. Also, Megan is a candidate that the New Americans can trust. She has actively sought out to engage New Americans, and I stood here today as a staffer of her campaign, and there's a couple of us as volunteers there, and she intentionally did that from the start. So that says a lot about her, and I'm honored to speak on her behalf today. And on the side note, I would like to say, as a New American, congratulations. And MyCity Academy is really an amazing thing, and I feel a little bit jealous, because when it started 4 years ago, we didn't get a lot of exposures that you guys had, because they really built on that. So congratulations once again, and thank you for the opportunity.
Bring it way back down. All right, well, thank you so much, Mohammed, and we're going to move on to the next portion, but before we do, I want to make sure David Fox is not hiding someplace in the Parthenon, right? Okay, well, now comes my favorite part, because none of this would be possible without the vision of one man, my boss, Mayor Carl Dean. It's his vision that led to the creation of the Mayor's Office of New Americans and all of the great work that we've been able to do since its establishment. And it's his commitment that has made Nashville a leader nationally when it comes to welcoming and empowering immigrants and refugees. So it is my pleasure to welcome my boss, Mayor Dean.
Is Saul here? Okay. Well, thank you, Shauna, and thank you for all your great work. Shauna really has done an outstanding job, and she's been so committed to this. She is never happier in the office when she's other than when she's working on this cause. This is her favorite thing in the world, so give her a round of applause. I want to recognize a couple of folks who are here. Judge Sheila Calloway is here. Judge Calloway, right there in the back. She's kind of the shy, retiring type. So I want to recognize the members of my New Americans Advisory Council that are here. If you could raise your hands. Thank you all for being here. Tasha Kennard from the Farmers Market, and Anna Escobar, who is the original founder of MyCity Academy. And who is now an assistant district attorney who is the head of the domestic violence unit in the DA's office as of this week, I think. So congratulations, Anna. I want to congratulate our wonderful poet laureate. Isn't she fantastic? She She spoke at my State of Metro speech and did an equally fantastic job there. The Fifth Third Bank for his continued support of this program. Louise, thank you for all you do. Freddie O'Connell is here, who is now a council member. And I think it's safe to say, I'll go out on the limb and say, he's probably the hippest council member. That's probably true. I want to thank all the Metro departments who took time to teach MyCity participants about how their departments operate. I want to thank the Parks Department, which is donating this wonderful space for us tonight, and the MyCity Academy alumni who are here tonight. And before I go any further, just let me encourage you to come back to Centennial Park next Thursday at August 27th at 10:30 a.m. when we will cut the ribbon on Phase 1 of the enhancements we've made in the Centennial Park Master Plan. The ribbon cutting will be held near the front of the park facing West End Avenue, and it should be beautiful, and I hope that you can join us. Our MyCity graduates are an impressive group that truly reflects the rich diversity of our city. 20 countries were represented in this year's MyCity class, including 11 that have never been represented before. In the 4 years since MyCity Academy began, we have had 110 participants from 33 different countries. Each class has been different. Participants grew up in places as far away as India and Russia and as nearby as Donaldson. Armed with information from this program, they have become council members and board chairs, neighborhood leaders, and community volunteers. And they have learned that no matter where they came from and no matter who they are, they have a voice in government that is here to serve them. As you know, MyCity Academy arose from our belief that the inside scoop about how Metro government works shouldn't be available only to those from certain communities. While this session of MyCity Academy lasted for a matter of months, the lessons you have learned will help you and your communities far into the future. I hope MyCity Academy has empowered you to continue to be involved not only in our government, but in the community as a whole. You now have the tools you need to make a real impact, and I believe that with those tools comes the duty to stay fully engaged. As you know, my time in the mayor's office is coming to an end. And as I look back, I am proud of all the work we have done to empower new Americans in Nashville. I'm proud that when we opened the mayor's office in New Americans last year, it was the first of its kind in the South. I'm proud that MyCity Academy is the first program of its kind in the nation, and that it has already inspired copycat programs around the country. And look, I have no problem at all with cities copying what we do. That's one of the reasons I travel, is to copy their ideas. And I'm proud that all of you now have the information you need to continue to make a difference in our community and to empower your friends and neighbors to do the same. And now I'm pleased to award each of you MyCity Academy's 4th class with a well-deserved diploma. Shauna?
And Morgan will give him a pen. So here's the logistics of this. When I call your name, please come up and get a diploma from the mayor, pose for a photo with him, and on your way off the stage, please make sure you grab a MyCity Academy alumni pin from Morgan. So let's get it started. Sabir Abdellahilim. Wali Abdi. Mercedes Almaraz. Francis Anderson. Yurga Alem Balacho. Shamsia Bashir. Julie Brinker. Razibel Carl. Ram Chamlagai. Salih Doski. Amanda Ewing. Abu Izapana. Kate Ezel. Kalat Hama. Atul Jagannathan. John Juarawell. Kam Kopp. Lusaini Kroma. Miguel Mendoza. Hasina Moyuden. Muna Muday. Salahuddin Osman. Quebe Pretorius. Dulce Quintero. Cesar Rojano. Raz Sharif. Lisa Steele. Irina Trenari. Monica Vasquez. And Shafi Farah. We also want to recognize Hayat Liban, who was not able to be here tonight. And now in just a moment, all of the graduates of MyCity Academy will pose for a group photo with Mayor Dean. But before we do that, many of you all know the Mayor's New Americans Advisory Council. They're the official advisors to the Mayor's Office of New Americans, and they are truly an invaluable resource for our city. Before we conclude today's event, co-chairs Luisa Saratora and Vanessa Lazan have a few thoughts to share with Mayor Dean.
Would the other members of the Mayor's Advisory Council come up and join us up here? I told this anecdote, I think, the first day that the current class started their MyCity Academy experience, but I'm going to tell it again because I think it sums up how we feel about this experience and Mayor Dean's leadership over the past few years, especially in this area of welcoming new Americans. The organization that I worked for hosted a conference a couple of years ago, and Mayor Dean came and welcomed people from Nashville, but also from across the state and other surrounding states. And we had some representatives from the federal government there, someone from the Department of State and someone from the Office of Refugee Resettlement, and they listened to his welcome, in which he said the kinds of words that you've heard him say so many times about what an asset new Americans are to our city and how important it is for us to recognize that and make that a part of the fabric of our community. And when he finished speaking, one of the women from the State Department turned to the person from ORR and said, "I wish all of our mayors could be like that." And that I think that that's a sentiment that we all feel, the people in this room and the people on this council. We are grateful for your leadership, Mayor Dean. We are thankful for the opportunity to work with you. We are proud of what we have accomplished together, and we are committed to continuing to move forward with the new mayor of Nashville with all of the work that has started here. We would like to present to you a little token of our appreciation. This map represents the countries of origin of your advisory council, MyCity participants, and parent ambassadors. All roads lead to Nashville, and we wanted you to be able to have a visual representation of the many, many lives that you have touched through your leadership. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you again to all of the members of the New Americans Advisory Council, whose work really has been so invaluable to what we're all doing together. So our official ceremony has ended. Thank you all so much for being here. We are going to now pose for a photo. So if you are a member of the 2015 graduating class of MyCity Academy, please come up here and get your group picture.